If you do not train them adequately, then you cannot blame them completely. I'm speaking to you, dear CEO, as it relates to the staff you have at the various touch points of your business. In this video, I'm going to share 8 customer service mistakes that your staff should not make with clients. Now, if you hope to keep retaining your clients, attract new ones, gain their loyalty, and hope for repeat business, then you should definitely keep on watching. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ebele Enemchukwu. Now on that note, customer service mistake number 1 is lack of proper greeting or lack of acknowledgement of the customer. This is a common mistake which could make the difference between if your customer stays or goes. It could make the difference between a customer who ends up doing business with you and one who simply takes a walk. Human beings like to be acknowledged, whether or not we want to accept it. They don't want clients, especially when they're bringing their money to you. And like I said, especially in this period of post-COVID-19, they have to be sure that every penny spent is worth it. And being worth it starts with even your staff, starts with that touch point. Am I communicating over the phone? Am I communicating over email? Is it a walk-in customer? Everything has to be at 100 now more than ever. Like I said, acknowledge the customer. Appropriately, you should have a standard script. So, good morning, you've reached Swabio. My name is Ebele, how may I help you? That's beautiful, right? You do not want them to come in and what you hear them saying is, hello, hello. The client is asking that you respond. No, the first voice that should come should be yours. Now the client responds. So you acknowledge them when they come in. Don't treat them like another number on the queue or part of your statistics. No, they are human beings. They want to be treated as so. Try as much as possible to always acknowledge them with a greeting. That way you also build rapport. So stay with them. Use their names. If names have been given to you, which is ideal, when they give you their names, pay attention also to the title with which they've introduced themselves. All right? Good afternoon. You've reached Swabio. My name is Ebele. How may I help you?
Hello. What kind of nonsense is that? You guys have kept on the line for a long time. So how is that behavior?
At least you've connected to us, sir. So how may I help you?
What nonsense connection? What nonsense connection? You cannot have nonsense.
He ended the call. Whatever. And now, that is customer service mistake number 2. Not funny at all. Not funny at all. The customer calls in and he's complaining, and rightly so. You kept him on hold for however long. Now, the reason why he was kept on hold may not have been your fault, and that's the truth. I mean, if you had a whole lot of customers on the queue, he only got onto you when you were available, right? It wasn't your fault. He probably knows that, he probably doesn't know that, but you know what? It doesn't matter at that point. You have no business giving it back to the customer. All right? Now, the reason he is complaining is because he still wants to do business with your brand. If this client was done with you, which by now he is anyway, if he was done with you, there will be no point complaining. Now, a customer reaches your organization or reaches you and says something like, the order I placed 3 days ago or at so time never got to me until a week later. Well, behind schedule. And we all know that the truth, guys, is things can always go wrong. Things always go wrong at some point, no matter how perfect your business is. We know that. You know it. The clients know this. But they also complain because they want better service. So when such things happen, it provides you 2 opportunities. One is knowledge of the fact that this customer wants us to improve, and so it provides you that opportunity. Second is the fact that this customer still wants to do business with you. When a customer is done complaining, trust me, there's nothing left. Okay, so rather than, empathy would have solved this issue. Empathy would have been, in lay terms, putting yourself in the client's shoes. looking at things from his own lens or her own lens, right? Not being too focused on your own or how it works. This is how it works here. Well, sir, it wasn't my fault. And whose fault is it? Honey, you're the face of the organization. But these are mistakes that are very, very common. No reason is enough, or no reason justifies not giving the customer 100%. And I keep saying, especially now, even if they had no other option in terms of alternatives or other businesses to work with apart from yours, they can decide to keep their money. As it is, considering the economic uncertainties in this post-COVID-19 era, nobody wants to spend money carelessly. So if they even want to consider working with your brand at all, you should be thankful and you treat them like human beings, because hey, that's exactly what they are. Customer service mistake number 3 is not using listening words. Note, I didn't say listening sounds. There's a difference. So you're in conversation with the client, you have to show that you're listening. And one sure way of doing this is to acknowledge them. This also speaks to acknowledgement, yes? So you're saying, okay. Now they're narrating something. They're painting a picture. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. As opposed to something like this. So say, for example, you've requested a particular set of numbers, which would help you in assisting the client, and you ask for numbers like this. Okay. So let's have the numbers. Okay, ma'am, may I have the numbers?
Okay. 95. 26. 61. 394. You like come again?
Thank you. It's okay. Now this is all shades of wrong. Those are listening sounds. You want to use listening words and not listening sounds in your business interactions. Okay, it's okay if it's an informal call on your personal line. Fine. Yeah, and all of those things. Those are fine. But if it's a business call, you want to keep it professional. You want to acknowledge the customer. You want to show you were there. You want to show that whatever they're saying is important and you're responding positively. Something else I should add, if it's a number, it's not okay to take the number, confirm it. Always confirm it. All right? Overfamiliarization is customer service mistake number 4. You find that sometimes agents tend to get too comfortable with their clients. They get too informal. And this is not professional at all. It's okay if it's on your personal line, but so long as that call has come through on your business channel, on your business number, then it should be kept professional from start to finish. So that would mean such things as the use of dearie, dear, chill. You know, those words, slangs, generally should be avoided. You keep it professional and use the right business terms without the use of jargon, of course, that is particular to your industry or your organization. All right, so it reminds me of a particular time when I made contact with this organization, this company, and the information I had been given was so good that I found myself saying, are you serious? Wow, I was truly impressed. And just to further impress me, the customer, the agent said something like, chill, let me bust your brain now. I'm like, whoa, really? So that is a no-no. Or some years back in my days of working with one of the telecommunications companies here in Lagos, in Nigeria, and my colleague had given this customer a code to set up a particular service. So it was like ACT to a particular short code, right? But the customer just wasn't getting it. So he kept saying ACT, the customer would say ATT, it wasn't working, which is why you shouldn't forget to check out the video I did on how to use phonetic alphabets, because if that had been used, the issue would have been slashed by way more than half. So he kept saying this and it just wasn't working. Guess what? At some point the customer had gotten the A and the C, but the T kept going like P, T, T. It wasn't working. And rather than seek other ways, even say something like turkey, that would work, he went ahead to say T, sir, T as in T O-L-O. No, now, tolo tolo. If you say tolo tolo, remove the L-O and L-O. This is what he told the customer. Are you kidding me? Really? You said that it almost cost him his job. It was that bad and it was too informal. But guess what? The customer liked it, but that doesn't make it okay. Even if your personal number was provided as the business number, if the customer is reaching with the impression that he's reaching a brand, then you want to keep it professional. All right? Mistake number 5 is prolonged hold. Now, these guys have been on hold for God knows how long. The last thing they want is additional hold when in conversation with you. But rather than risk providing wrong information to your client, it's fine to place them on hold. Get permission before you place them on hold. If you have no intention of getting their response before you go off on hold, then why ask? So remember to seek permission and get consent before you place them on hold, if you have to place them on hold. And if you've received any value thus far, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. As much as scripts are important, those delivering the scripts do not have to sound scripted. No customer, no client wants to speak to a robot.
3, 2, 1.
You want to speak to a human being. All right? So speaking to a human being means they want connection, they want a relationship, even if they don't say that's what they want. So there has to be connection. So sounding your members at the different staff at the different touch points of your business shouldn't sound like they are reciting something. Even if they didn't author the words that they are saying, they should own it. They should add some emotion to it. They should add some life to it, so that even if you speak to 100 different people on different days, it sounds like each person is saying whatever he or she is saying from deep within here. And that's how you build rapport. That's how you build relationship. So it's not a good thing to see that you sound scripted, or from sounding scripted, the person goes from that to sounding flat or uninterested. And you start hearing things like, hello, sir, I'm with you. I can hear you. Hello, I'm with you, yes. When you go that route, there's nothing, the relationship with your clients cannot be here. And that's the truth. All right, so you want to be friendly, you want to be reliable, you want to be enthusiastic, you want to be supportive and helpful. All right, that's why you're there. So make it great. It still beats me when I'm trying to get information that would help me make up my mind as to whether to deal with your business or not, and I'm engaged with a member of staff of yours, whether over the phone, over chat, or face to face, and they sound like they are irritated by multiple questions. Are you kidding me? Usually pathetic when I'm making an inquiry, for example, which might eventually lead to a purchase, and the agent is giving off the everything about the agent is saying, you're bothering me, you're disturbing me, or you've asked too many questions. You start hearing things like I said, or you start hearing, I answered that question earlier, or you start saying, I already said that before, or that's exactly what. No. And bear in mind, guys, negative word of mouth spreads like wildfire. So you want publicity, but I doubt you want that kind of publicity for your brand. If I'm asking too many questions, it's because I'm trying to make up my mind. And hey, I can ask a million questions if I so desire, right? After all, the customer is king. The customer is queen. All right, so how would you treat your queen? How would you treat your king? If this were okay before, well, it was never okay, but if this were ignored in the past, post-COVID-19, with everything uncertain, with lack of funds, with everything going on right now, the last thing you want is to make it appear as though you are doing the client a favor. It's the other way around. They are doing your business a favor by trying to transact with you. So the best thing, the least you can do is provide exceptional customer service. But yes, business owners will not have to sit there to do it. You don't always have to be there to do it. But do you take the extra effort to actually look into what goes on? If you weren't doing it before, now is a good time to pay more attention to the people who you have placed at the different touch points. Or you put somebody in charge of overseeing this thing and get first-hand information. One way of doing that is place a mystery call through. Place a mystery call. As the name implies, you call your own organization and nobody has to know you're the one. So paint whatever picture, get whatever information you want, seek whatever information you want. But the whole idea is to come in as the customer, not as the boss. The moment they know you're the one, then the whole purpose is defeated. So that's one sure way of knowing, of getting a feel of what customers experience when they make contact with your brand. When all is said and done, the conversation then comes to a close. But the question is, how should the conversation close? And this is another mistake where you find that the agent hangs up on the customer. It should be the other way around. All right, so they reached you, they should end the call. That's even proper telephone etiquette to start with. All right, so never end the call on the client. The same way you hear, never interrupt them. So when they're done, confirm they're done. If you need to ask for satisfaction and confirm whether truly we have an agreement, or this is where our conversation ends, then you go ahead and let them end the call. If they do not end the call, because it might happen, they just don't hang up, you can ask them to hang up. It's only when you have waited and it is clear the client has moved on with his or her activity, and you probably can hear her or him in the background, then it's fine to end the call. Otherwise, they hang up first and not you. Okay, so if we keep these, for sure, I can bet you we would have one less thing to worry about when it comes to keeping our business thriving. Okay, so good luck to you. And if you haven't subscribed, this is a good time to do so. And here's my bonus tip. As you may already know, as you may have already experienced, poor use of English, I mean, that's our official language, right? Poor use of written English or spoken English can turn a lot of clients off. So you might want to take the extra effort to even Google it yourself, find out some words that are commonly often mispronounced or misspelled. Thankfully, I did a video on those two areas, and you will find them here and here. Okay, so I have a playlist that could step up your game in terms of effective communication. So do well to check them out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.